Hi everyone, and I'm super excited. Today we have a very special, beautiful, inspirational guest with us today, Roshni. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, so
I
excited.
am so happy that she has taken out the time, and because she's very busy and she's traveling and I just fell in love with her the day I met her at an event, and her talk. She's a speaker, and then her demonstration on the benefits of yoga. So today we're going to talk all about the miracles of yoga and how she's doing it and how she came into this journey. So Roshni, please tell us about yourself.
Sure. So where do I even begin? I actually started the journey of yoga. I've always been into physical activity, right? So I started the journey into yoga when I had a fall. My back was hurting. I am against the mainstream healthcare. I have my own belief about that. So I thought, all right, let's try something. It guided me to yoga. And then I got pregnant, stopped a little bit, obviously. Then I gained 35 kgs extra. Again, the journey led me to yoga. Initially, it was a journey for me to lose weight, to get back into my normal, healthy weight. But then that journey took me deeper to my spirituality. And as you know, the spiritual journey, the truth is about this journey, you don't choose spirituality. The journey of spirituality chooses you.
Beautiful. Yes.
It grabs you and put you into that hot seat, literally hot, burning fire. And that's it. You cannot look back. You just continue moving forward. You go deeper and deeper into the journey. And out of that, you start finding who are you beyond all of these roles that society has imposed upon you.
Oh my God. So it all happened with the need, and then once you started applying it and you felt like doing an entire research and diving deep into yoga.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it that really, what was the turning point where you said, I think I need to go into this in a more profound way?
Right. So obviously, as I say, it's right when you start feeling great in your body. And the thing with yoga is that this is a key highlight, which then again obviously led me to a deeper journey. It's always the breath. The movement is followed by the breath. It's controlling of the breath, the prana. It activates that deep potential within you. Of course, it makes you flexible. Of course, it helps you tone up, but also it triggers and awakens something deeper within you. That big existential question arises from within that says, who are you? And what did you come here to do? So that was the catalyst of change. After a few years of practicing, my teacher told me that you are now supposed to be a teacher. I said, what is she even talking about?
Really?
Said, no, yeah, I saw you are supposed to be a teacher. It is your time to teach others. I'm like, this is weird. But then I followed her advice, took my certification, and well, then the rest is just a history.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was the turning point. That question led me to wanting to find out, who am I truly? So I took a break from the normal routine life, took a break from if I can even expose or share it here, the marriage and everything. I was already a mother at that time. And I started journeying inward by journeying to different places to find out more about life, about myself, about motherhood and everything else. Yeah.
So there are different kinds of yoga, right? What is it that you connect with the most? And I know a lot of people who go through the exact similar struggle of finding their way to the perfect fitness, holistic well-being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it really depends. I am a very dynamic person. So sitting with a long, deep hole of stretches, although we did have to go through that during the certification, during the training time, but that would not sit well with me. The traditional part of it does not sit so well with me because, again, when you sit for too long, when you overstretch your body, you're going to gain great laxity or flexibility, but not necessarily strength. So I find yoga that involves mobility, that involves the nervous system work. This is the one that really works with me.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's a fusion of a lot of different things. And on the other hand, energetic yoga, like Kundalini yoga, is what I really resonate with the most.
Can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, sure. I'm not trained to do it, but I learn it. And that was the beginning of my journey to yoga. So it's more about repetitive movement for long 2, 4, 16 minutes. Same repetitive movement, but again, working with your breath. That's when I understood myself that out of all of these different practices, it is the breath that is important.
Wow.
And when I went through grief, again, I found my way to breathwork, and now I am sold out that breathwork is it. It is the key. It is the breathwork. That's why I, again, get certified. I got myself certified, learn deeper, and now I teach it. It's just the breath.
So, for someone who has no experience in yoga, and because when I see all these really difficult movements, it kind of overwhelms and kind of intimidates you.
Of
How would you advise the beginners to come into this practice of yoga?
Right. First, I would encourage everyone to try out all those different style of yoga that is available out there. When the truth is, it is literally just a traditional yoga added with a little flavor depending on the instructors, right? Try Kundalini yoga, see how you feel about it, because it can get overwhelming when you work a lot with that intensity, right? Try Bikram yoga, which is the hot yoga. If you like it, if you think you can sustain the heat, that is probably right for you, okay? It's not necessarily that you have to be flexible. This is exactly why we learn yoga, to reach that flexibility.
Exactly.
The idea that you have to be flexible to do yoga is a completely false belief. You need to learn yoga to reach a certain level of flexibility. But more than just that, you will need to learn yoga to tap into yourself, right? Because I believe, or I have observed, that we run through life not really understanding who we are. What do we want? What is our even potential? We think we are just a specific role that is placed upon us, and we run it just like that's the end result for us. And there is no room for change, no room for improvement. Just live until the end of the time of yours existence, and that's about it, you know. So tap into, to try different things, try whatever is available. From there, you will then be able to start getting more accustomed to the asanas first, to the postures, and then you get, sometimes if you are lucky, you get the right teacher, and no matter what the teacher tells you or teaches you, you will just find it that, yeah, I'm aligned with this person. So I'm gonna like the yoga, doesn't matter what that person teaches, because I trust this person.
Yes.
Right? Not necessarily that the person know better of your body than you, but you need a guide. YouTube is great, online learning is great, but when it comes to physical movement, I still believe in that traditional way of you needing alignment.
Yes.
You needing some touch, you needing that in-person guidance.
Yes.
Right?
I think that I also think that an in-person session is so essential.
Yeah.
And trusting that mentor who can, because everyone's body is unique.
100%,
right?
yeah.
And you don't need to push yourself where you engage in some kind of muscle injury and it's like, I love yoga, and I think I need to go back to it because I kind of disconnected. But Roshni, how do you feel yourself different in terms of being relaxed, being confident about how you look, your flexibility, your health, fitness, compared to when you did not enter the world of yoga? So what is the change and the transition?
Right, yes, of course. As I have mentioned a little bit earlier, when you look good, you feel good, right? When you feel good, you are walking with that confidence. You feel like you can take on the world. This is important. Otherwise, what else is the benefit? I would say that my posture was corrected. I feel so much better in the way in the way my body feels. I do things with greater ease, whereas before I feel so heavy, always a lack of energy. Now I wake up with great sense of, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for life today. Of course, it's not always, right? We're humans. We absorb energies from all around us. Things, work, children, everything will take a toll on us. There are days which I will not wake up feeling that positive, but that's okay. But generally, most of the time, you will have that energy. And posture correction. When your spine is right, when your spine is corrected, you have that great sense of, how do I say it? Information movement that is moving from your spine to your brain, from the brain down to the spine.
Yes.
So your nervous system, so your sensory, everything is just intact.
Right.
Right? You feel great because you are, how do I say, you kind of know that this is the right direction for me. Again, movement of energy within your body helps you see things, helps you understand that this is supposed to be my path, not this. You become more focused, the mental fog clears.
Right.
Right?
And then the blockages are cleared.
100%. Stagnation is cleared. And if you are a person with inflammation, this helps slowly move that inflammation too. Obviously, it's not the only thing that you need to do. If you don't correct the way you sleep, the way you think, the way you eat, it is all a complementary practices, one complementing the other. Right.
And also, I think with all the body pains and the knee joint pains and everything, this can be a solution compared to popping all those steroids and painkillers and just numbing the temporary pain doesn't really get rid of the
the pain and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, of course. One of the reason why I went to yoga was because I had a fall and I had a terrible backache. I went to one of the hospital. Obviously, we know how it is here, how things are working here. Everything is all about surgery, quick fix. And I said, I was 29 at that time. No way I'm gonna let my body to be butchered and cut open. I've always been healthy generally. So I decided to take matter to my own hands. That's how I got into this practice, this beautiful practice. Now I have worked with a lot of people who had gone through sciatica. I had sciatica too, yeah. Couldn't walk for 6 months, but that did not stop me from coming back to
Wow.
this. Had it not been because of yoga, had it not been because of my nervous system accepting that, these are the level of pain tolerance your body can sustain, right? I didn't need to go to the hospital. No, I didn't need to go to the doctor to take pills. I did not take any painkillers, right? But I mean, had it not been because of this practice, my mind would not have that memory that she was able to do this. Your body retained the memory,
Yes.
right? And it will somehow take you back to the state where you have been before. If you, let's say, like a person who have been successful before and suddenly he became overnight, things happen, tough luck, bad luck, that brain, that memory still is retained in the body, that I can go back to that state because I know the way.
Yes, it's
Same.
familiar, it's experienced, and you resonate to that,
100%, right? So you will always remember what you have been able, the muscle memories there. You will always remember what your body has been capable of doing. So even when you have this pain, joint pain, aches, or suddenly you have back pain, neck pain, when you start working with your muscles, stretching it, lengthening it, you create room in that space, right? Or with the case of inflammation, when you sweat it out, when you build that heat from within with working with the breath that comes with the postures or with the yoga movement, you help heat it from within.
Wow.
Right.
Does one need to practice breathing beforehand going into yoga? I mean, because I think yoga has a lot to do with your breathing.
Yes.
And so it's kind of different for people who are new to it, right? So
I would say just jump into it. Sometimes we start to analyze too many things. What about this is not the practice for me? What if I'm not flexible enough? What if my breath is too shallow for this? You would not know your capacity or your potential until you put yourself out there.
yes.
Until you put yourself on the mat, right? The journey is going to take you to places, I would say, places within you. And then when you start shifting, when you start noticing the shift that is coming from within, you start thinking like, hey, I can heal this pain. Suddenly it disappears, or suddenly my breath becomes deeper, because it's all about practicing. Again, you're creating the neuroplasticity, the change in the way you move, the change in the way you breathe, the change in the way you carry yourself. by continuously exposing yourself to this practice, by continuously engaging in this beautiful practice, right? So when you start creating all of this, eventually you will realize, or you will notice, that it is by default your way of living.
Oh my God.
It is no longer an effort to do.
I just love the way it's kind of sounding like poetry, Roshni.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I bless you for actually mesmerizing us with this power of yoga, because what I love about it, number one, is it's also working within.
Yeah.
It's not much for me just to focus on the physical, but like, am I healing myself inside? Am I trying to like feel that change and being more relaxed and, you know, like.
Yeah. Yes, obviously. I mean, I believe any kind of movement, any kind of physical activity will help you release from within, will help you release the excess energy, stagnation. But the beautiful thing about this practice, I mean, I could say, not because I teach yoga, as a matter of fact, that's not the only thing that I do now, right? I have shifted because it has led me to unfolding a lot more avenues, not avenues, I would say more modalities that I use as a complementary practice in my coaching, right?
Can you talk about those later?
Yeah, sure, of course, I would share it. I would absolutely love to. Yes, so basically, doing the thing with yoga, again, it connects you a lot with the breath. When you start breathing in a certain way, it activates your body's relaxing mechanism, which is the parasympathetic state. Oftentimes throughout the life, when we are working, when we're during our motherhood time, or dealing with a lot of different people, different energies, you are contracted, right? You come into your sympathetic state, which is your fight and flight, hyper focus. So when you come into the mat, when you release the world outside, you step into the world within. How am I moving? How is my alignment? How is my breath? You activate that state.
Right.
And once you're in that state, well, you can go back home and sleep peacefully at night. Right?
Of course. And also, I feel that this is for life.
Yeah.
This yoga that you adapt in your everyday lifestyle just becomes you. And then, is it true that you have to do it continuously? And if you take long breaks, it doesn't really. I mean, it has to be practiced on a regular basis.
I think with every practices, it's the same. Like when you want to build a muscle, you have to constantly practice. It's the same with yoga. Yeah, you can take a break. I took a break because of the sciatic that the injury that I got. But muscle memory, once again, we go back to that, and neuroplasticity. Your brain has already adapted to that new way of being that the body will start craving to go back to the mat.
Beautiful.
Right? Yes, you will feel tight. Yes, you will feel, oh, I'm so
rusty.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my God, this is just not my thing anymore. But no, once you step onto the mat, once again, the magic happens. Everything will be like, oh, wait. Okay, after a few times, obviously, right? Yeah.
So what are the different modalities that you have started to explore? Do you want to share some of that?
Of course. So in my coaching program, so I do like an 8 weeks program of coaching, because I feel yoga alone has become insufficient. You can be moving right, but if you're not breathing right, or if you're not eating right, or if you're not thinking right, I believe you are missing one or the other.
Of course, the nutrition element is so important, yes.
Right. So in this program, along the way, I have compiled a few beautiful modalities like theta healing. Okay, there is breathwork, which is really something that I resonate with the most. It is the breath. It is the very substance that you have within you, which we all have forgotten that, hey, why is it even here?
Exactly.
Why are we even breathing? Why did God even create that gas? Is it really just a gas? Is it really CO2 exchanging with O2 and that's about it? There is deeper meaning to our breath, right? So there is breath work, there is theta healing, and I've learned a little bit about detoxification too. So incorporating that, fasting, on cleansing, not just the body, not just the gut, but mental clearance, right? All of us need this in a way that, because we are all thrown with thousands and millions of information out there every single second.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So having a clear mind to proceed with your goals that comes from within, Not just because you see someone have it, so you want it to. Not just because you see someone experiencing, but it is coming from within. It is intrinsic. Knowing that what am I really here for, living an authentic life requires a constant effort, right? Therefore, I created this. There is breath work, there is nutrition, there is a little bit of fasting in there. Yoga is important too because the movement is key. We do a little bit of dancing too.
Yes.
Because why not have fun?
Of course.
Life is meant to be fun, right? So somatic practices, which is really tuning to the wisdom of your body, because the body is your subconscious mind. It retains all the memories, even from pre-conceiving. Yeah, when your mother have you in the womb, that's all the data is transferred to you too. So how can we clear all of this? Some call it trauma, some call it karma. It depends,
Right.
from which perspective you view it, right? So this information, sometimes it's beneficial for you. Most of the time, it's not necessarily beneficial for you, right? How can you clear all of this?
Exactly. Not retain the stuff that is not serving you.
100%,
Yes.
right? Because we all grew up thinking we only have one way of living. It's what our parents have shown us, right?
And downloaded in our memories.
Exactly, right? And we go on, continue living life that way, feeling so confused, lost, unfulfilled,
Heavy.
heavy, without knowing we are not satisfied. But we also are not seeking for ways to, what can I do now? What do I do now, right? The minute you start asking yourself that bigger question, that's when your subconscious is going to start showing you the way. Where are you blocking yourself from moving forward in life, from wanting what you want?
Exactly.
Yeah, the subconscious is going to start showing you that this is your true desire. This is who you have to become to be able to reach that potential.
That manifesting that dream goal.
Yes, and we work a lot on manifestation too, because why not? We feel that, or some of us think that being spiritual means you are completely against life. I merged the both. I want us to know that you are meant to live a grand life in a way that with all of these spiritual practices, it is meant to help you to accomplish a fulfilling life in this material world.
Right.
Yeah.
I am just breathing what you're saying.
Downloading everything.
Downloading those golden nuggets. And I want to repeat what you said earlier. You need to know the why. Why is it that you are pursuing it? It's not only just a temporary lust or passion, seeing someone in that role. You need to really dig deep and understand that it is so important for you holistically, in terms of you're going to be more conscious of what you're eating, you're putting in your body. You're going to be more aware of, if there's anything, like if you're gaining weight somewhere or you're having body aches. So it's just like a science.
Yes, that's
And
right.
what about the chakras? Do you want to share something about?
Yes, so regarding chakra, okay, merging the spirituality and science here, because I love to still understand why are things done the certain way. I'm very critical in the way I think. I think all of us have to use our critical thinking skill when we deal with everything in life, starting from even spirituality, right? You can't just absorb or accept something without knowing why.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay to question. You are meant to question, right? Question the authority, right? So chakra in the spirituality, it's called the chakras. In science, it's called the meridian, or the energy centers, the meridian points, right? When we, along the line of our spine, these energy centers are located. We can't really see it. Science can't really see it, but it is proven to be there, right? It is something that I myself may need to learn more to understand deeper. So out of my very little knowledge that I can share today, it is those energy centers that are responsible to regulate not only your hormones, but also the state of your being, your mood, your emotions, your feelings, how you feel today. And also, when it is overworked or when it is underworked, it can create different kind of character in your body. It kind of amplifies what's inside of you. The quality of each chakra, the quality of each energy centers are related to the quality of your life. How you behave, how you become, how you are in your being, in your existence, it relates closely to the quality of your chakras health, of the energy centers.
Amazing, amazing.
Oh, it's deep.
It is like, and then it also helps you tap into your, I mean, if you do the work, it also helps you tap into your intuition. Your,
100%.
you know, like, not exactly, I don't know what's the word for it. Is it third eye, or is it like feeling what the universe is trying to tell you, or just, you know, gauging someone's authentic energy from a distance, or, you know, how in some people it's a lot more profound.
Yes. I would say yes, it is highly, highly possible to do that. But we need to understand why. Why do we want to know that? Because I have believed, and speaking to so many different teachers, I came to understand that there are people who are gifted in this lifetime to be a teacher, to be a guide. So therefore, that gift is really within them. Yeah, it is really kind of a character that is prominent within them, that I can see, I can spot, some of us have the clear listening skill, the auditory skill, some of us have the clairvoyance, which you can see vision and stuff. But is it going to be activated by working with a specific chakra? Yes, absolutely. But again, working with chakra does not mean you just sit and meditate, right?
Right.
What do you do in that 24 hours of your life matters a lot. If you meditate for 30 minutes, 1 hour early in the morning, but the rest of the time you are constantly absorbing, scrolling, taking up all that information, or negative thinking, or filling up your body with the food that is not even right for you, there's no way you're gonna tap into any intuition.
Anything.
Right.
I want to say something. Many times we want to just take a break and just be in our beds, but it's actually not serving us too well, because we're just digesting all the scrolling.
Yeah.
And it just makes you more empty.
There you go, right? What we have understood is that through this learning of chakras and obviously the anatomy part of the body, our stomach, the organ stomach, is not only digesting food or nutrition or nutrients that we put in, it's also absorbing and digesting information overload. That's why some of us can be dieting, can be eating right, but still retaining the weight in our body, because it is not well digested. There are some specific things we just can't digest yet. Therefore, we retain that as a mechanism to protect the body. I don't understand this specific thing yet. My mind is constantly thinking of ways to understand it. But because I can't see the way out yet, my body will then create a
barrier.
Yes, a barrier, or also that safety mechanism by protecting me with that layers of extra fat.
Oh my God. I think you have just unfolded a very precious secret, because I know many times you have water retention or body inflammation. It's not even the food that you're eating, but like you said, it's digesting that unnecessary information that you haven't processed, you haven't healed.
Yes. It could be something that has been there since childhood, or preconceiving, or also daily in the environment. We allow ourselves to be exposed to so much, not only toxin, but also information and energies, right? Whether we want to believe it or not, everything is made up of the same particles, atom, right? Just that it is solidified into matter. I can touch you, I can touch the table and everything around me, but it is, when you see under the microscope, it is actually hollow. There's a lot of space in between, right?
Yes.
That is the work of energy. Just because you directed your attention to it, it forms into a solidified matter, an object, and then you label it. You have that conviction in your mind that this is a sofa, this is a table. Again, that information came from the past. Is it really a table if we do not know what it is? Collectively, we decided this is going to be a table, right? So why not collectively, also using the power of the collective, why not collectively decide that health is possible without any, without any medications, let's say. I'm talking about something chronic here, not acute. There is a place for the healthcare system, especially when you are having something acute, you got cut, surgery, all of this has its own place. But chronic illnesses usually is not something that healthcare professional really understand the root cause of it yet.
So Roshni, I am just absorbing these beautiful, information that you are actually opening my awareness to this when you said that a lot of unspoken negative energy is not, when digested properly, can also cause inflammation, retention, and create this barrier where you may not be feeling 100%, and you just you're wondering why is it not working, or what's going on with me. So how did you did you have a mentor, or when did you understand this logic?
Yeah, okay. I'm the person who loves seeking. I am a lifetime seeker, I would say. I'm a Sikh by religion, so my idea about Sikhism is that we were made to continuously learn. The Sikh to learn, right? To seek, to learn. So I have accepted that. Initially, we all will resist. Why me? Why am I seeking for this? Why can I not just be happy with what is, right? But again, as I said, my teacher told me once that there are people who are sent to this lifetime, sent to the world to be a guide. So the more you resist what you are meant to do, the more you're going to create, once, inflammation in your body. Second, a state of unfulfillment.
Yeah,
so,
a dissonance, a disparity.
100%. Yes, it is a dissonance. You can be living the greatest life with your amazing, beautiful family, living in the best house, but you feel empty. That's because you are unfulfilled, because you are not fulfilling your specific role in this lifetime.
Absolutely.
Right? So have I had teachers? Yes, I have many, many of them. And I like to learn from those people who are really authentic, who are not commercial, who have made it. So in my idea, I have planted this, could be right, could be wrong. If you think like it is something that you can adopt into your life, take this, okay? If the person I'm learning from has not reached the state of health, the state of wealth, the state of happiness in life where I want to be at, I'm not going to listen to you.
Wonderful. Roshni, I want you to say it one more time.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
If the person that is speaking to me, that I'm learning from, has not reached a place or a state of health, a state of wealth, a state of joy where I want to be at, if they haven't reached there yet, I'm not listening to you. That way, I immediately, my brain, my mind, with the reticular activating system, that triangle in front on the front cortex, is going to effortlessly filter out all information, data, energies that are not aligned to where I'm heading to.
Beautiful.
I make my life easy.
But it needs a lot of courage. It needs a lot of strength, and it also you need to identify. Because a lot of times you have such people in your close innermost circle, and you don't realize that it's draining you.
Yes.
And your glass is getting empty. And also, what I liked what you said is, you need to, just for the sake of your own well-being, filter out those people. Because Roshni, those people, if they don't have the same caliber or wavelength or matching the same intellect, will never be able to facilitate you, because they will never understand your level of and then how are you expecting them to even guide you or take their advice any serious?
Right. I think throughout my spiritual journey, like I said, I went deep into spirituality, and there was an era, a phase where I left everything behind. That means everything, right? Spiritual journey is lonely. So is self-actualization journey, right? But I've lost 2 of my siblings to be coasting through life or living life in a very in a way that I take myself as a joke. So therefore, I have gained the necessary courage, the necessary confidence to walk in life probably for some time alone, until I meet the right people, until I connect with the right connections, the right network people where I no longer need to explain myself, where when I speak this way, they can comprehend it easily. No longer feel like, what energy are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yes,
you know, what is
yes.
this? What is chakra? What? So you know what I'm saying? Therefore,
It will be so gibberish to someone.
exactly. But isn't that makes you, of course it's scary, because these are the people, that means you have to be willing to say like, this is not working anymore. This relationship is no longer serving me. This work, this career is no longer serving me. Or these people are no longer
They're not
serving
loving
me.
you back the way you
Right?
want to be.
Exactly, right? We all want to be loved. We all love to be loved. But some people just can't love you the way you want to be loved. Nor can you love everybody the way they want to be loved. And that's okay. You're not everyone's cup of tea, right? So how to deal with this? First of all, you really need to finally come to a place of accepting that you are ready to take on this journey. And that journey would mean that you will need to burn everything to ashes and come out as that phoenix. Are you ready to let go? Are you ready to work with your attachment, right? Are you ready to be detached with your ownings, with your belongings, with the people in your life? Are you ready for that journey? But trust me when I say this, although it can be a lonely journey, it can be, but I love solitary life, so I never find it as an issue. But for some of us who are very attached, when you come out on the other side of the journey, you will find that, wow, life is truly worth living. And that's what
Yes.
I aim to do.
Absolutely.
Every single day I find something to make my life worthy of living. Either it's through my motherhood journey, by being fully present, either it's with working with my clients and making them see their potentials and helping them heal themselves. I'm not the healer, they are the healers, right? Or either it's with just through some of my charity initiative. Make your life worth living, that you become a legacy, if it is not for anybody else but for your own self. That when it's your time to leave the world, you will say, shit man, I did it, I lived it, I lived. And that's it. I think all of us looking for that fulfillment, isn't it?
My God, like getting on the other side of that life, that you're just
Scary at
always
first.
dreaming
Yeah.
and you're just reminiscing, but needs a lot of courage. People, you know, finish all their life and still
Not understanding anything. Yeah. But this is why mentor or teachers are important. This is why I always hold on to those people who I feel can take me to the other side. Because yeah, you can do your Googles, researching and everything, but with mentor, with teacher, I'm big on all of this. Okay, so I'm going to promote it, all right? When you have these people who have already reached where you want to be, it's like you are cutting out all the times you super speed, you quantum leap basically.
absolutely.
Right? Everything is laid out for you. The path is laid out. You need to walk it yourself still. Nobody can walk it for you. Right? And again, understand that everyone is born with a specific role in this life. Stop looking at everything that is put out there without really connecting back to your body, to your heart, that what is my purpose this time?
Yes.
Yeah? Authenticity is key. And therefore, all of these practices is not necessarily just to make you feel good, to make you relax or to heal you. No, I think I came to understand that all of these practices, science, spirituality, whatever, when you merge the two, all of these practices are there to help you, to bring you to the path of your authentic dharma, authentic life's purpose. A person who lives or fulfills his life purpose day to day to day at every waking moment is the person who is fulfilled, fully satisfied. You want to be that person. You want to be deeply satisfied in life.
Yes. You want to be loving every moment of that journey of yours, and you should be proud of all the levels of difficulty that you have surpassed with your efforts.
Yeah.
And
it shaped your character. It made you the person that you are.
How can people connect with you? Like how is it that how are you giving your sessions, Roshni? How are you, people? What are your social links? How can people? Yeah.
Okay, so to connect with me, you can find me at Instagram, roshni.shergill. Okay, I host a lot of, well, not a lot. I try to not to, be everywhere all the time. I host sessions at specific places. Once a month, we come together for Breathwork Circle. The upcoming one is on Friday. I don't know if this will make it before that. So yeah, I post a lot on Instagram for now. And some things are brewing. I am not sharing that yet, but something is really brewing. Okay, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, it's going to be more expanded version of my work. But otherwise, Roshni.Shergill, or email me at roshkarshergill@gmail.com to find out more. At the moment, I have an 8-week program called Wealthy. That's WELLTHY, because I believe our health is our wealth.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not just prosperity coming in the form of money. Richness is fantastic too, but if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to enjoy what you have, isn't it? So that's an 8-week program. It's a session, it's a one-on-one coaching. DM me, we'll speak further and deeper about that. Or
can you share your email as well?
Yes, please. It's Roshkarshergill, ROSHKAURSHERGILL, Roshkarshergill@gmail.com. Yeah.
And we're going to have all those links in the caption. I am so enticed by your program, the
Wealthy.
Yeah, the Wealthy program that you have come about, because we spend so much money on such unnecessary luxuries but this is your life. This is your well-being, your long-term happiness source. So don't miss it, everyone. I think I have not had enough of this, and I want to have another one very soon with you.
For sure.
And we're gonna have more questions. Please do post your questions and what you think of this interview, because Roshni, I think you are a blessing to have at the show.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we have all the information in the caption for Roshni. You can get in touch with her, and we will see you next time. Thank you again, Roshni, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Isn't she beautiful?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.